Have you ever been puzzled by a programming concept that just doesn't seem to click? If you're scratching your head over the bitwise and operator in OpenCV, you're not alone. Today, we're going to unravel this mystery together. I totally get it. Understanding bitwise operations can feel like trying to decipher a secret code. Many developers have faced this confusion, especially when diving into image processing with OpenCV. Let's look at the specific question at hand. One user asked, "What does the bitwise and operator do in OpenCV?" They want to understand its function and parameters. If this sounds like you, stick around as we break it down. So what exactly is the bitwise and operator? In simple terms, it performs a logical AND operation on two arrays, pixel by pixel. This means it only keeps the pixels where both input images have a value greater than 0. Let's explore this further. And don't go anywhere. By the end of this video, you'll not only understand the bitwise and operator, but also how to use it effectively in your projects. To understand the bitwise and operator in OpenCV, let's start with its basic function. The user should know that this operator performs a bitwise AND operation on two images. Next, the user needs to know about the parameters of the bitwise and function. The first parameter is the source image, followed by the second source image, and then an optional mask. Now let's look at how the bitwise and operator works. The user should visualize it as comparing each pixel of the two images. If both pixels are set to 1, the result will be 1. Otherwise, it will be 0. Finally, the user can see a practical example. If the user has two images, they can apply the bitwise and operator to combine them based on their pixel values. Fun fact, the concept of bitwise operations dates back to the early days of computing. It's like the secret handshake of programming. Now, let's look at the answers provided by other users. This user explains that the bitwise and operator in OpenCV performs a bitwise operation on two arrays, pixel by pixel. It uses a mask to determine which pixels to process. If the mask value at a pixel is 0, that pixel in the result will be black. If it's non-zero, the bitwise operation will apply. The user also describes how to create a mask and apply it to an image. They provide a code example that demonstrates how to read an image, create a white background, and use a circular mask to extract specific pixels. That's it for that answer. Let's take a look at another one. This user provides an elaboration on the bitwise and operator in OpenCV. They explain that image arrays typically contain values from 0 to 255, rather than just zeros and ones. The bitwise and operator converts these values into binary form and performs the AND operation on corresponding bits. That's all on that answer. Let's take a look at another one. According to another user, the bitwise and operator in OpenCV works by turning pitch black pixels in the mask into pitch black pixels in the original image. They explain that any pixel value of 0, which represents pitch black, will result in a false condition. Therefore, any other pixel value combined with false will also become 0. Now let's shift our focus to a different response. This user explains the bitwise AND operator in OpenCV. They suggest using the cv2.bitwise OR function, which performs a bitwise OR operation on two source arrays, but only at locations where a mask is non-zero. For example, if you have a mask with one non-zero location, the output will reflect the OR operation only at that point, while the rest will be zeros. Let's take a moment to review another user's answer. This user explains that the bitwise AND operator in OpenCV calculates the per-element bitwise conjunction of two arrays, or an array and a scalar. They detail the parameters involved, including the first and second input arrays, a single input array, a scalar value, and the output array, which matches the size and type of the inputs. Additionally, there's an optional mask parameter to specify which elements of the output array to change. Here's a pro tip. Experiment with different images and masks to see how the bitwise AND operator can create unique effects. The more you practice, the more creative you'll become. And there you have it. You now understand the Bitwise and operator in OpenCV. Remember, practice is key to mastering these concepts. If you found this video helpful, hit that subscribe button for more tips and tricks in programming.